I'm Karen Grete from Scandinavian. Today I decided to make a very traditional dish called in Danish millionbøf, and translates to million beef. Of course it's made of ground beef and there are a lot of tiny pieces of beef, so I bet that's why we call it millionbøf. I made it the first time when I was a Girl Scout in my youth, because when we were camping it was a really easy dish to make, and of course I still like to make it and eat it. So easy to make, and let's get started. And here you see all the ingredients for my millionbøf or million beef. I have a pound of ground beef. Then I'm going to use 1 cup of water, and here I have, let's see, you have the flour, and that's about a 1/4 cup of flour to thicken the beef and gravy with. And I'm going to use 1 chopped onion, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, and I have some paprika. It's about 1 teaspoon of paprika. I'm also using 3 bay leaves and a bouillon cube. And optional, you can add a little bit of tomato sauce. It's not really traditional, but I happen to like just a little touch of tomato sauce in it. And of course we also need a little oil, or you can use butter if you prefer, but here I have oil. It's about an 8 cup of oil, or about 2 tablespoons of oil. That should be fine. And this is of course used for frying the onions and the meat. So here I'm chopping away. By the way, I'm also going to add a beef bouillon cube, and of course I'm going to dissolve it in hot water. So I put some oil in the frying pan and the heat is on. I'm adding the chopped up onions, and I want them to get soft and a little bit brown before I add the meat. And I can now add the meat and keep stirring it around. And of course I want this to get all separated and brown. Okay, so I just added the pepper, the salt and the paprika. I mixed the beef bouillon cube in hot water, and then I added the cold water as well as the flour, and I'm going to pour it in. Of course, I also want to add the bay leaf. They're all small pieces. And I'm going to let it cook for, I would say about 20 minutes or so. Also, I have a little bit of tomato paste. I'm adding that as well. It's not necessary to add tomato paste, but I think I kind of like it like that. So we have it all together, and I'm going to let it cook for 20 minutes to half an hour before I eat it. And I'm going to eat it with mashed potatoes. And of course I lowered the heat and I'll put on a lid. And I like to serve mashed potatoes with my millionbøf or million beef. So I need some potatoes. I'm going to peel them. And I also need salt and pepper, some milk, and a couple of tablespoons of cream. So first of all, peel the potatoes. I slice them and cook them in boiling water till they're soft, and then I can mash them. There we go. And I'll do that to all the potatoes. And I'll be back in about 10-15 minutes to mash them. So I stick a knife in, and yeah, they're soft, ready. I pour out the water and I'll mash them. Okay, so I boiled the potatoes and peeled them, and now I'm going to mash them in some, I added some milk to the potatoes. Let's see how much milk I want to add. I might add a little bit more, so you just be careful about how much you add, you know. You don't want it to be too thin. Okay, and then I add a little salt. And of course, I also like a little pepper in my mashed potatoes. Okay, it's kind of getting there. Maybe just a little bit, splash more of milk. And then I also am going to add some butter. And of course, you add as much butter as you like. A couple of tablespoons would be fine. And it looks like it's just getting there. And I'm gonna taste it. So here I have one of my Norwegian spoons. I love those Viking spoons. Taste it. Yeah, good. Perfect for my million beef. The beef has been boiling for about half an hour, and I can now start to eat it. So here we go. I'm going to dish it up on my plate. Okay, I have a plate here with mashed potatoes, beets, and I also have some spinach on the side. So this is how I'm going to eat it today. And of course you can choose whatever you want to eat normally we serve it with mashed potatoes. And I'm ready to eat my million beef, or million beef, on top of mashed potatoes. Here we go. Yes, it tastes good. Perfect with the mashed potatoes, believe me. And of course I have a little bit of spinach, cooked spinach to go with it, and also some beets. Goes well together with that. Definitely. An easy dinner. Skål. Hopefully you'll also like it, and please subscribe to our channel. I'll see you another day. Bye.